never let a ship set sail without its crew, unless you want it to become a ghost story. In 2013, a ship named the MV Lyubov Orlova was abandoned off the coast of Canada, setting off a bizarre chain of events that would lead to rumors, speculation, and a growing legend. It was supposed to be a simple transfer, but what followed was anything but ordinary. A ship, once full of life, drifting aimlessly, is a haunting image. But the true terror lies in what might have been lurking on board. How did a luxury cruise liner, built for the high seas, transform into a ghost ship left to rot in the ocean? What happened to the crew? And where is the Lyubov Orlova now? Today, we uncover the eerie history of this maritime legend, one filled with drama, mystery, and unanswered questions. But as we dive into this story, we'll explore not just the ship's haunting past, but also the mystery of its final fate. Was it simply lost at sea? Or is something more sinister at play? In 1976, the MV Lyubov Orlova was the epitome of luxury, a shining star in the Soviet fleet. But by the early 2000s, after decades of service, she was no longer the glamorous vessel she once was. Decommissioned and deemed unfit for service, the ship was left to rot, alone, drifting. However, its disappearance into the vast expanse of the ocean has created endless speculation and a haunting legend. The real story behind its abandonment is tangled in mysteries. Was it forgotten? Or was it part of something far darker? The question of the Lyubov Orlova's final fate is one that continues to plague those who know its history. The truth is out there, but it's still just beyond our reach. Let's start with the basics. What was the Lyubov Orlova? She was a Soviet passenger ship, built in the 1970s, designed for luxury cruises to various international ports. She was famous for her smooth, elegant design, and a favorite among Soviet elite travelers. But time, as it often does, took its toll. By the time she was sold to a private company in 2010, the ship was no longer the lively cruise liner she'd once been. She was old, rusty, and well past her prime. The new owners had big plans for her, a renovation, new life in international cruise waters, but those plans never came to fruition. The ship, now deemed unfit for service, was left abandoned off the coast of the Dominican Republic. But here's where things get eerie. The Lyubov Orlova didn't just sit idle for long. Instead, it was sold to a scrap company in 2013, and after a failed towing attempt, it was left adrift in the Atlantic. What happened next has left experts scratching their heads. The ship was seemingly lost. No one could say for certain what happened to her. One of the first clues that something was wrong. The eerie, uninhabited feeling of the ship's final moments. The Lyubov Orlova was abandoned, its crew long gone, and yet it had the look of a ship that still had stories to tell. In 2013, a tugboat was sent out to tow the ship for scrap. Everything seemed fine at first, but reports soon surfaced that the tugboat was having trouble, not with the ship, but with something even more mysterious. The Lyubov Orlova had developed a reputation, one that spread far and wide. It was said to be haunted, and that's when the rumors really began to take hold. Did the ship really contain dangerous rats, as some said? Or perhaps the real danger was far worse. A chilling presence aboard that the crew couldn't escape. Were they part of the ship's eerie fate? Or was it simply the remnants of a once proud vessel finally succumbing to the cruel forces of time and neglect? No one could say. But what followed was a series of increasingly bizarre events. For weeks, the ship drifted. No one knew where it was, or even if it was still afloat. The media dubbed it the ghost ship, and speculation reached new heights. Was it truly abandoned, or was it waiting for someone or something to return? So what happened to the Lyubov Orlova? Was it really lost at sea, or does it still haunt the ocean, drifting in search of something it left behind long ago? The truth is, the Lyubov Orlova remains one of the ocean's great mysteries. While we may never know exactly what happened to her, the haunting questions surrounding the ship's fate and the eerie tales of the crew and rats will continue to fuel the legend for years to come. The Lyubov Orlova is no longer with us, but her story, her ghostly reputation, lingers. In the end, the ghost ship's fate remains uncertain, and perhaps it's better that way. After all, some mysteries are meant to be unsolved. If you want more true ghost ship stories, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more.